And we are back with Trash Plays Marvel Champions, my first campaign, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, I want to say before we get started that last game I kind of sort of cheated because I was attacking without breaking out of stealth form, but I'm pretty sure I would have won anyways because it's pretty easy to go back into alter ego form, switch to stealth, and then I was just letting the enemy thwart the entire time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm pretty sure I would have won. Now, we are fighting against M.O.D.O.K, and I have to say at this point I'm getting a little annoyed with how big the setup is. I have a separate deck for environments. I have a separate deck for my holding cells. I start with an environment and a minion here, and I have to start with 3 of these guys out. It's starting to get to be a little bit much. I just want to get that out of the way. So, M.O.D.O.K, create a holding cell deck, see rule page 13, put 1 random adaptoid environment into play, 2 environment in expert mode, which we are not going to do, set the others aside. Each player searches the encounter deck for a copy of adaptoid and reveals it, which I've already done. Upgrading adaptoids. This is a 1-scheme encounter with a max of 7, which is kind of scary. Force interrupt. When this stage would be completed, put 1 random set-aside adaptoid environment into play instead. How many are set aside? 3. Okay. So basically, if there are no set-aside adaptoid environments, the players lose the game. Okay, so I have essentially 3 times 7 is 21. It's basically a 21 threat thing, but there are gaps where it's like, no, this is going to be... You can't go below this. Also, each adaptoid environment seems to upgrade the adaptoids. Each adaptoid gains the elite trait. Each adaptoid gets +1 attack, and its attack gain overkill and ranged. So that's going to be a little annoying. And then each time you hit the threshold, the adaptoids get stronger. Okay. Otherwise, remove all threat from here and shuffle each adaptoid minion. Oh, if you don't lose. Otherwise, remove all threat from here and shuffle each adaptoid minion from the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Alright, well that's annoying. So it starts with 1, gets 1 every turn. M.O.D.O.K schemes for 2, and the adaptoid has 1 scheme. Let's do this. Drawing a hand of 6. Ooh, I got the raft. Oh, I got the raft. I can just get rid of the adaptoids under the raft. Oh, okay. I have under surveillance as well. Raft and under surveillance, and then use these 2 for those 2. Sounds good to me. Now I also have my 2 evidence cards, and I can add counters to these officers to add either an upgrade or a support, or both, into my deck. I think I want to take the combat training because it seems like I actually have to fight M.O.D.O.K this time, and he has Retaliate 1. What does M.O.D.O.K do? M.O.D.O.K, villain, 2 scheme, 1 attack, aerial, cyborg, psionic, Retaliate 1, that's annoying. Force interrupt. When M.O.D.O.K would be defeated, if a holding cell is in play, remove 2 lock counters from it, and reset M.O.D.O.K's hit points to 10 instead. Otherwise, the players win the game. Wow. In hard mode, he has 3 scheme and Retaliate 2, and steady. I believe steady means that he just can't be stunned or confused. So, that kind of sucks. Okay. The holding cells enter with 2 lock counters on it, and the campaign setup is that you give it additional 3, but then you remove 1 for each rescued captive. So it went from 2 to 5 to 1. That's why that's like that. Force interrupt. When the last lock counter is removed from here, flip this card and put Psionic Inhuman into play under any player's control. Hero action, spend 2 mental resources or 3 resources of any type to remove 1 lock counter from here, and when you flip it over, Psionic Human is a ally, and yeah. So what do I want to do? Do I want to... I want the combat training. I don't think I want tac team, so let's set combat training. I'm going to put it on Chief Surveillance Officer and shuffle tac team into my deck. Alright, so I'm paying 4 for the raft and under surveillance on the main scheme, and then flipping over to Nick Fury mode, and I'm going to thwart for 2, so 1 goes on my stealth suit, and that's going to be the end of my turn. Draw up to 5. Gemma Simmons, Safe House, How to Carrier Practice Plan. Not the best hand. Main scheme gets 1 M.O.D.O.K schemes for 2 plus 2. Okay, that's scary. So that's a total of 4 up to 5, and then Adaptoid. Wait. 1 less because of the suit. Adaptoid gets 1 less because of the suit as well, so I get 2 more in the suit. Okay, that's less scary, but it's still kind of scary. And attached to M.O.D.O.K. M.O.D.O.K's attacks gain piercing. Force response after M.O.D.O.K's hit points are reset, discard, and he gets +1 attack. I guess at this point it would be nice to get an ally out. Let's go Safe House and Strength for the Helicarrier. No, Safe House and Practice Plan for the Helicarrier. So I can spend 2 resources to remove 1 lock counter from Holding Cell. And that gets me Psionic Inhuman. 1 Thwart, 1 attack, 5 HP. Inhuman, Psionic Rescued. Does not count against your ally limit. Response. After this allied thwart, remove 1 lock counter from a Holding Cell. So each one comes into play with 2. Force response. After this card leaves play, flip it and place it on the bottom of the Holding Cell deck. Okay. I guess in that case, I might as well have him thwart. So that removes 1 from the main scheme, 1 from the Holding Cell. Nick Fury is also going to thwart for 2. And that gives me 1 of my suit. And I really want to kill the Adaptoid. But that's okay. Still building up my board. 5 more cards. Main scheme gets 1. M.O.D.O.K. schemes for 2 plus 0. Or sorry, 1 plus 0 because my suit gets 1. And then the Adaptoid schemes for 0 and my suit gets 1 again. And then reveal card. That card is another Adaptoid. Okay. I need some... I could spray fire. Ooh, I could spray fire. I could 100% spray fire. I want to spray fire. I have not used this card yet. Okay, let's go... Well, first off, Psionic Inhuman can thwart again for 1. And then that's going to remove 1 from the Holding Cell. So now I get another ally. Sarah Garza, 2/2/5, does not count against your ally limit. Sarah Garza's attacks gain overkill and ranged. Range means you don't take retaliate damage. Force response, after this card leaves play, flip it and place it on the bottom of the Holding Cell. Okay. And these guys have a when defeated, remove 1 all-purpose counter from an environment. And these Holding Cells are an environment. So I can just go... Helicarrier and Informant. No, I can't play the Heroic Intuition. I can't play it. I'll still use the Helicarrier and I'll use EM Shield and Heroic Intuition for the Spray Fire, and then that way I can play the Informant. Yeah. So I'm using those for Spray Fire. Choose a player, deal 3 damage to the villain, and each minion engaged with that player, this attack gains range, so I don't take the retaliate damage. And that forces me to flip over to Assault form, and I'm going to spend 3 from my suit to boost the damage by 3, so that's 6 damage to everyone. M.O.D.O.K. is going to take 6. I don't take the retaliate. And then both of the Adaptoids die. And when they both die, I'm going to stick them both underneath the raft to remove 2 more from the main threat. And because they died, when defeated, remove 1 all-purpose counter from an environment. 2 from the Holding Cell. Means I get Strong Inhuman. Toughness. Does not count against your... Oh, Toughness. Sick. Does not count against your ally limit. Force response. After this card leaves play, flip it, put it underneath the Holding Cell. Oh, so he doesn't... So Psionic Inhuman is the only one that can thwart and remove 2 from the Holding Cell. Which means that Sarah Garza should be attacking, and I guess Strong Inhuman should be blocking. Might as well do that, I suppose. Sarah Garza is going to attack for 2 on M.O.D.O.K. And she doesn't get the retaliate. Overkill and ranged, yeah. And then this guy should be blocking next turn. And... Oh, do I even want to bother playing Informant? I think I can just win next turn. Well, maybe not next turn, but very soon I can just get the holding cell done and then kill M.O.D.O.K. When M.O.D.O.K would be defeated, if a holding cell is in play, remove 2 lock counters from it and reset M.O.D.O.K's health points to 10. Otherwise, the players win the game. Wait a minute. That's super easy. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll play the Informant. And that's the end of my turn. So M.O.D.O.K's gonna scheme for 2 plus 0. So main scheme gets 2 and I get 1 on my suit. And then you reveal a card. That card is advanced. The villain schemes. Okay, that's scarier. It's 2 plus... what is this? After this activation, shuffle Adaptoid back into the encounter deck. So that's 2 plus 2 is 4 minus 1. So 3 more, so it's up to 5. And then Adaptoid gets shuffled back into the encounter deck. But now it's my turn. And I forgot to draw my hand of 5. Wait, is this gonna be just like a really, really short game? I would like to clear off the Chief Surveillance Officer before we end, but I think this might just be a really, really short game. Am I doing this right? Enters play with 2 lock counters on it. Force interrupt when the last lock counter is removed from here. Flip this card and put Flying Inhuman into play under any player's control. I think I'm doing this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have 2 mentals, unfortunately, to spend on the Chief Surveillance Officer. But I can use 2 energies to get rid of 1 lock counter. Psionic Inhuman is going to thwart and remove the last lock counter. That's what he does, right? After this ally thwarts, remove 1 lock counter from a holding cell, yeah. So now I have my Flying Inhuman, and then Sarah Garza can attack for 2. And M.O.D.O.K's at 10 damage and he just dies. When M.O.D.O.K would be defeated, if a holding cell is in play, remove 2 lock counters from it and reset M.O.D.O.K's hit points to 10 instead. Otherwise, the players win the game. Attached to M.O.D.O.K, M.O.D.O.K's attack scheme piercing. Oh, M.O.D.O.K shouldn't have attacked last turn. He shouldn't have schemed last turn, I mean, the first time. He should have attacked. Game piercing. I don't think I would have. I had full health. I think I just would have taken it. Even if I didn't take it. Strong Inhuman, let's say he attacked for 1, 2. Let's say I thought he would boost for even 4. I don't think there's a 4 boost in here. Strong Inhuman would just take the 6 damage, even if he boosts for 4. And then I would just win. Yeah, I think I just win. Otherwise remove... Yeah, I think I just win. That was fast. Alright, sure. Cool. I guess I'm done with this encounter. This is... I'm gonna assume that this is a lot harder on Expert. Or I just got lucky with the Psionic Inhuman being the first one. Or this is just a really easy boss fight. I kind of hesitate to call it a boss fight, though. He's a lot easier than the M.O.D.O.K in the Doomsday Chair, that's for sure. What was that, like 3 turns? Alright, well, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye.